Okay, I'm not actually gonna do the intro where, you know, I get up and I walk through the door over that way and walk around, I pull up the chair and I sit down like this. I'm all like, hey gang, I just saw the movie. No, I'm not gonna do that. I am probably gonna take this flannel shirt off in hindsight. But, yeah. I'm not going to do that because it is currently 12:30 at night, and I would have recorded this when I got back home around 8 o'clock, except the very moment I got home, my friends called and are like, hey dude, want to come over and watch some YouTube videos on the TV? And I'm like, hell yeah! So that happened. I've been back for about half hour, and I realized there's no way I'm going to do that intro. I mean, there's no logical reason for me to go out 12:30 at night to stand outside for a 10 count and then come back in and edit it all together. And, you know, it's basically a little less than 40 degrees out there right now, and I don't want to be that guy who's skulking around the apartment all weird, so we're not going to do that intro this time around. Suffice to say, though, I did see the Addams Family. I probably expressed this in another video, but I love the Addams Family. It is probably one of my favorite things from the 1960s. Pluto TV actually put the old 60s sitcom on their service fairly recently at the time of this recording. Not sure if it's in celebration for the Addams Family movie or if it's because it's Halloween season. Hell, it's probably both for all I know and care. I also fairly recently stumbled across this. I should probably close that. There we go. It's an Addams Family value pack sort of thing where it's the Addams Family and the Addams Family values on one DVD. I think I had the Addams Family on DVD at one point, but I can't seem to find it anymore, assuming I ever had it in the first place. I'm probably remembering that wrong. My DVD collection is anarchy. I'm amazed. To this very day, I will dig through that and find DVDs that... I'm babbling. I'm sorry. I should just go ahead and get to the review, shouldn't I? The Addams Family 2019 is a CGI animated version of the Addams Family. And, well, I suppose it's like the one medium that the Addams Family hasn't been yet. I mean, they've been a cartoon. They've been a black and white sitcom from the 60s. They've been a subpar Fox Family show from, like, I want to say 1999. They were part of the Addams Family and the Addams Family Values, which I swear to God I thought was directed by Tim Burton at one point, but apparently no, it wasn't. That's just me misremembering things again. So CGI and claymation are basically the only two mediums I don't think the Addams Family has been yet. Well, that and a video game, but if this thing takes off at all, it's probably going to be down the line. They're probably going to put out a licensed video game or something. Once again, I am babbling. I don't know why I'm doing that. So, Addams Family 2019 CGI cartoon. For the sake of this review, I'm just going to assume you know how the Addams Family works, and I will probably abridge it for the normies who've never heard of it. It's basically a family of creepy people who live in a really creepy house, and a lot of really creepy crap happens while they're in the house and inviting guests over, or while they're traveling around in society. That's generally how a standard Addams Family adventure goes, and this movie is really no different, aside from the fact that because it's a movie, it focuses on multiple storylines. Storyline number 1, Wednesday, goes through her rebellious teen years, and oh my god, oh the horror, oh cotton candy, ooh, how dare you bring that nonsense into my house. And on the other side, you got Pugsley, who is going through the change. He's going through manhood, and he has to complete this ritualistic dance with a saber that, at this point in time, I'm currently forgetting the name of. It's like Murata or Muraka or something like that. It's basically you have to perform this elaborate dance with a sword, and if you succeed, you're officially considered a man, and if you fail, whoever's judging the competition eats you, I guess. I wish I could say that was a joke on my part, but it's the Addams Family. That might actually happen. Meanwhile, the overarching storyline of the Addams Family movie in 2019 is the beauty makeover reality show host, Margot Needler, I believe her name was. And she is basically remodeling the crap out of this neighborhood so everything looks squeaky clean and super generic and plastic and boring, suburbia defined, right? And the Addams Family house is the one thing standing in her way, and she's going to take it over, and she's going to remodel it for her big season finale and all that stuff, and yeah, you know where this is probably going. Overall, I thought the movie was okay. Not great, but pretty good, I would say. I did kind of notice that in this movie, Morticia seems to be kind of the head of the household. Like, she's the one who's basically telling everybody what to do, and that does kind of seem in stark contrast to previous Addams Family properties where Gomez was the head of the household, and except for maybe the 90s cartoon where it was kind of half and half. I haven't seen the cartoon in years, but that's kind of how I remember it. In any case, it seems like Morticia is the head of the house, and I can already hear that corner of the internet vocalizing their opinion on that one, but aside from those people, I really had no problem with it. I thought it was I thought it was okay. I also noticed Gomez is a little more, how do you say, I want to say Spaniard in this movie. I'm not really sure. He definitely has much more of an accent. It's kind of a departure from John Astin or Raul Julia. Another change I noticed was Wednesday is the older sibling, and a lot of the stuff I've seen when it comes to the Addams Family, Wednesday is generally the younger sibling and Pugsley is the older one. Not by a whole lot, maybe by like a year, maybe 2 years. I think in the sitcom there's actually like 4 years difference, but it's a minor difference, and it's basically designed to get Wednesday to go to middle school and Pugsley to have to prove that he's a man. So fine, it's adequate. Obviously, the purists are going to have a field day tearing this thing apart, but the Addams Family has been around in several variations to the point where, as long as the characters stay true to who they are, I really don't care. And aside from the fact that Gomez has a significantly thicker accent than any other portrayal I've seen him in, the changes really don't bother me. And even the accent didn't bother me after a while. It's just sort of that thing I noticed at the very beginning of the movie of, hey, Gomez has an accent now. That's different. All the changes to the family dynamic are so small and insignificant, they're not even worth nitpicking. You know, Gomez is still turned on by the French language. Morticia is still dour as ever, feeding her plants and, you know, painting and all that. Pugsley is still tortured by Wednesday. Uncle Fester is still blowing himself up. The movie spends its entirety basically conveying this whole thing that, you know, conformity is overrated and individuality is the way to go. Be yourself, you're a superstar, all the colors of the rainbow, blah, blah, blah. That same old fucking positivity bullshit we've been dealing with this entire decade. But I'm saying that like I hate it, and while I do admit it's kind of getting annoying at this point, I will say that the movie does convey the message fairly well. I will admit, yeah, it is a little heavy-handed, it's a little ham-fisted with its delivery of the message, but considering the age demographic this movie was aimed at, that's okay. I can live with it. There are a lot of people I remember seeing in the comment box of that movie trailer who are all like, oh, this is a betrayal of the original 90s and Addams Family movies. You know, this is just going to be hokey and stupid. Clearly you never watched the sitcom. Clearly you never watched the cartoon either, for that matter. I mean, the movie definitely ratcheted up the creepy factor, but from what I have observed in my time with the various Addams Family incarnations, it's always been hokey. It's always been a little, you know, it's always had that sort of like cheesy one-liner factor to it, or like really bad wordplay with certain aspects, you know. It's always been like that, and the movie really maintains the status quo in that regard. Overall, the Addams Family movie of 2019 pretty much met all my expectations. It met everything I was looking for, and I was not regretting the movie when I was coming out of the theater. I genuinely liked this movie. I would recommend going to it, but I would probably say maybe keep your expectations a little low if the 90s movies have set the standard for you. It's a lot more on the corny side of things than it is the creepy side, and that's really what I like about the Addams Family personally, but I realize not everybody is into that whole sort of aspect of it. Overall, I give the Addams Family 2019 3 hats out of 4. And that's going to do it for this week's visit to the theater movie series. I don't have a name for this particular series. In any case, if you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell, and check out some of my older videos. Until next time.